What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome to the WARFRAME video. So, we're doing another revisit today, and that's because I've been using this thing last couple days, and dang, it's actually pretty good still. That's gonna be the Kuva Bramma. Before we get into it, make sure you're liking this video if you enjoy these videos, because you know what? We gotta spread that influence out and corrupt even more of reality. Never mind. Alright, Kuva Bramma. So, we've got basically the replacement to the lens. See you later, lens fans. This thing still dominates. And honestly, the nerfs that it took yes, they did hurt a little bit, but if you use the right mods, it actually is maybe even better than before, although it does deal less damage than before. Alright, so this thing is the Kuva Bramma Explosive Bow. Just remember, I'm sure people completely forget this exists. You fire off those arrows, you push the alt-fire button, they detonate midair. And this thing has 5 maximum ammo. Now, of course, you could increase that with ammo drum if you felt like it, but let's use better mods than ammo drum on this build, okay? So we're going to be using the toxin roll on here. I also have a heat roll in case they ever unnerf gas damage, but let's not hold our breath on that one. And as you can see, it is just so much faster than the lens. The lens needs a Kuva version, basically. And, you know, if the Corpus lens is a thing with from the Corpus liches, sure, it'll be cool, but that's not the reality we live in right now. Alright, we've got the Primed Firestorm mod actually doing a lot of good work on the Kuva Bramma, making us have a nearly 14-meter range, and we currently have a corrosive damage build right here. But let's do viral 100 munitions just for a quick couple shots here. So yeah, Prime Firestorm, that new mod that Barrow Katir brought like a month ago or whatever, it's pretty good on this bad boy. Something you should definitely keep in mind is that this is not a full damage setup. If you took Prime Firestorm off, you could put a Bane mod in that last slot, which would mega bump up your /proc 100 munitions. Another extremely important mod on this thing is Vigilante Supplies. Going to make it so that ammo issue you'd think the Bramma would have is gone. And it also is going to slightly buff our damage as well, where it will increase the tier of crits from yellow to orange. And then maybe if you got an orange crit from like a Riven or something, that would make that a red crit sometimes. Another thing to keep in mind, because we've got all the info on this channel, we just can't stop talking. I talk a little bit fast, get over it. That one guy in the comments always complains. Amalgam Furax body count does not work on this. It does not. It will not increase the range of the explosions, but that's okay, because I like the Amalgam Furax mod just the way it is. I love it for who it is. And I have no other feelings about it besides loving it for who it is. Alright, so, enough talking. Let's shoot some Greniers, some corrupted Greniers, with a viral 100 munitions build. And this thing is not really meant for these guys, as you can see. You could, of course, buff it up with, like, if we had a full build on here with Prime Smite the Corrupted, it would probably one-shot them outright. But, alas, this is a build focused more at higher end of the star chart content. It can still kill the Steel Path, but I'd probably recommend you take off Prime Firestorm for the Steel Path. Unless you have some, like, juiced-up God Riven, like damage multi-shot, CC, minus zoom, plus disposition, like all this kind of stuff. But yeah, as you can see, like, the enemies are dropping ammo, and if we pick it up, it does turn into sniper ammo, which is what this bow uses. So, of course, we are going to use Nova's 4 right there, because this build is not meant for these guys. As you can see, even just a Toxin melee is doing more damage than the bow. But yeah, let's try the Corrosive build instead. I think the Corrosive build will be just fine. And yeah, some other things about this. If you want to use maybe not a toxin roll, because this toxin roll is meant for a lot of things. It's just mostly for getting the most corrosive or viral damage that you possibly can get. And also, it's just to have pure toxin for potentially one-shotting through the shields the enemies in the Corpus Lich missions. You could, of course, go for a radiation roll, which would be very good for that, since it will make the radiation element, and you can combine that with toxin, rad toxin. The rad will be good against the enemy robots, and then the toxin will be bypassing the shields and one-shot in the flesh troops as well. So yeah, a radiation roll, really good. Like, my favorite Kuva Brammas are toxin, heat, radiation. And I'm sure people out there like the electric and the cold ones too, but that's not me. And the magnetic one I don't think has much merit at all. As you can see, the Corrosive build not doing much better here. But if we were to bump their level down a little bit, it would be much better. Athadai's doing pretty good there, huh? Alright, so yeah, another thing that also keep in mind, I have invincibility turned on here, and I also have Prime Sure-Footed on. This thing staggers you from, like, Egypt, honestly. If Egypt was 14 meters away, this would stagger you from Egypt. It is really a lot of staggers. And if you're not running a frame like Revenant, a frame like Rhino, only Rhino Prime, no. Rhino normal works too. Atlas as well. Or maybe if you're using Prime Sure-Footed, like a person that has signed in for 400 days. Because Barrow should definitely have that mod. He does not have that mod, but, you know, that's the reality we live in. Alright, so that was enough of that. Let's just see, you know, what do we want to do now? Let's try out the heat roll or something. Alright, just give it a quick shot. And, you know, maybe take off the Riven. Some things, so here's some good stats for Rivens on this thing. I'd say, like I said earlier, critical chance, critical damage, multi-shot damage. You don't need fire rate at all on the Kuva Bramma. The fire rate is fine, in my opinion. And it can one-shot the entire room easily. So I definitely would say just go for more damage so you can one-shot higher level enemies in the entire room. Keep in mind that damage fall-off does exist. That means that the outer, like, ends of your explosion will take less damage. But that's just the reality we live in with how they took away self-damage. Let me know in the comments down below if you miss self-damage like I do. Because I definitely do. It was fun and abusable. Alright, so let's take off Prime Sure-Footed and show the Egyptian stagger, as I do call it. Oh yeah, we have invincibility. Let's turn that off so we can just get staggered the way it was meant to be. And there you go. You get hard staggered from real far away. So I definitely recommend getting that Revenant going on. Getting that Revenant Prime, Rhino Prime or Rhino Normal. You choose whatever you got. And yeah, it is really good though, guys. As you'll see in the mission gameplay we show, you can just basically spam it at max speed. You can spam the Bramma at max speed still. And I know people got scared of the nerf. They're like, oh, it sucked. Maybe not a lot of people have said that. Some people have been like, the Bramma sucks now. Well, that guy. Actually, someone did say that, and I told him he was an idiot. And you know, he never came back to WARFRAME after that. It does not suck. It actually is still really good, at least for a primary. I know melees are just going to do this job 5 times over, but you know, melees don't go through walls anymore. This goes through walls, besides the glaive. But let's just forget about that one. All right, here's some mission gameplay right here with Necros. On the Kuva path, it's actually a Kuva flood, and as you'll see, it literally will kill the whole room in one shot, and it's very nice. Now keep in mind, this is with a Riven, of course, and I'm actually running Madurai Focus School on Necros. But yeah, you see a bunch of enemies, they're all dead. You see a bunch of enemies around the corner, they're all dead because you run an enemy radar mod on your frame or on your companion. You basically look at the mini-map and that's your eyes. Wherever you see red on the map, that's where you shoot, and then the red will be gone pretty soon. And then you keep shooting the red, and they keep going away, and you keep shooting the red some more. And then, you know, just continue. Bramma and blast until it's done. But as you can see right here, it is killing some infested. It is killing some serious infested right here. And I am definitely impressed by this thing. I was thinking that like the Ogress or the Tonkor would have been like better because they have higher stat Rivens. But like honestly, the Bramma, it just feels good to use. It's very spammable. Unlike the Tonkor, which requires a reload after every shot, it has good crit, unlike the Ogress, which has like 9% crit. And, you know, you would think the ammo would be a problem, but as you can see right here, we have basically infinite ammo. Like I went down to 3 shots right there. Now I'm back up to 5. Now I'm just running around with full ammo on the Bramma. Like there's no end to it. Here's a juicy shot. Pretty good, huh? So yeah, it does not have an ammo issue. If you thought it had an ammo issue, I definitely would recommend putting on Vigilante supplies. Or if you don't have Vigilante supplies because it's like a kind of rare mod, put on one of those ammo mutation mods. And there you go, you're set. You are now the Bramma user that you always were meant to be. And you can tell those melee mains, hey, look at me. You can't kill this guy through the wall. I can. I know where he is because I have enemy radar. So yeah, definitely a good revisit. I was happy to revisit it here. And I will definitely be having this thing by my side for some Kuva Liches, if you know what I mean. So I might switch it to... I might change my heat roll to a radiation roll just because honestly, they're not going to buff gas damage back up. Who are we kidding here? Keeping on that heat Kuva Bramma is just... It's foolish. So I'm gonna probably move that one to rad for potential... I'll keep the toxin one, and then I'll have a pure toxin one, and I'll have a rad toxin one, or potentially rad corrosive for very good anti-Grenier shenanigans. And that's my current battle plan, guys. So hopefully you found this very helpful. Like I said, the Rivens suck. The Rivens are like 0.65 dispo, but they're still worth the slot. Because if you get a critical chance one, it will make it 100% critical chance, and then you'll never see a non-crit ever. So yeah, talk to you guys next time. Hope you found the video helpful. And I'm trying to be pretty positive here. I'm not trying to be positive. I never change. All right. What you see, what you hear, what you see is what you get with me, and I will never change for anyone, especially you, Mom. All right, peace, guys.